So I got to go live tonight. It's not normal for me to go live on a random Monday night. I play my door a little bit, but I got to get some stuff off my chest. And the stuff I got to get off my chest is this whole Mets Yankee thing. It's crazy. Now, first off, Yankee fans took 2 out of 3 from the Mets. I guess that seems to be from listening to sports talk radio all day. That's what Yankee fans want. Good, you guys took 2 out of 3 from us. You know what that means? It means nothing in the grand scheme of things. You know what? I'm gonna do something right now for Yankee fans for a second. Yankee fans, this is for you. Instead of worrying about what's going on over there in Queens, this is what you be worrying about. Game one. Game one was a bad. Game one was a game where I was real psyched for. I was going to go in. The Mets were going to say, all right, we're going to kick the Yankees' ass. But no, it's what you should be happy about. Aaron Judge, 2 for 4, 2 runs. Cody Bellinger, 3 for 5. Jason Dominguez had an RBI. Carlos Rodon pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, 5 strikeouts. Goldschmidt, 2 for 4, still kicking ass. Volpe still sucks, but you guys are gonna have to tend with that because he was supposed to be the second coming last year when you let him off, and then I guess he got a little stage fright, and then he became the Anthony Volpe that we are seeing today on the field that can't field, and he can't hit the side of a barn, can't hit a baseball, can't do nothing baseball like. So you guys are gonna have to deal with that. You got Peraza out, so game one went to the Yankees. Yankees kicked our ass in front of 48,000 people. You know why? Because the Mets said absolutely nothing. It happens, guys. It's baseball. It happens to be that it was against the Yankees. It happens to be that it was a game that we needed to win, and we needed to win more so much that it was against the Yankees. So, cheers to you, Yankees. You won game one. Game two. Now, game two saw Cody Bellinger with another home run. Now, I'm starting to see a trend here. Cody Bellinger's getting comfortable. I don't know if you guys remember when I did a podcast in the beginning of the season when I said Cody Bellinger is probably going to be your biggest pickup because he's going to maybe ease up a little bit of that, pressure on Judge or, from playing the field. But right now, he's on a tear because what he did in game three, unbelievable. You're seeing rookie of the year stuff from Cody Bellinger. You're seeing a guy that's happy in New York. You're seeing a guy that's hitting in a lineup with the greatest player that ever lived. But game two went to the New York Mets. Goldschmidt took an offer. Jason Dominguez got 2 hits. And DJ LeMahieu, 2 for 4 with a home run. Now, DJ LeMahieu is somebody who was an MVP candidate a couple of years ago. And all of a sudden, the guy just literally forgot how to play baseball. I don't know how that happens, but it happened to DJ LeMahieu. He's, he got a home run the other night. He's starting to hit the ball. Let's see. But Yankees are just finding a way to get hits and finding ways to get runs. But when they needed a run, they needed a big hit, and they needed that home run. They needed the best player on the planet. They needed Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is a guy who 100 years from now, they're going to be telling the story of back in the day, Aaron Judge told some little kid in the hospital that he was going to hit a home run for him. And you know what? He did it. Aaron Judge used to chop down trees with a baseball bat. Aaron Judge was a giant. Aaron Judge comes up to bat, 3-2, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. And what does he do? He strikes out. Now, my perspective of all this, it's not a ha-ha Aaron Judge struck out. It's not a ha-ha moment. It's a good moment because the Mets won because of it. It's a moment that I probably thought might have been slipping away because I saw the best player in baseball up. I don't know. Is he the best player in baseball? Without a doubt. Is he going to be the MVP this year? Without a doubt, barring injury. He's doing stuff right now on a level that we have not seen in baseball probably ever. Still batting over 400. He's mashing home runs. He's making diving catches in the outfield. The guy's the MVP. But again, struck out, big spot, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Mets win game two, 3-2. Now, we move on to game three. Game three is the game where Cody Bellinger went, where did he go? 3 for 3 the other night with a home run. And that 3 for 3 was all they needed because Cody Bellinger had 6 RBIs. That's right. He had 6 RBIs. Now, progressively through this entire weekend against the Mets, he mashed them. Maybe you could say that he was a Dodger for a little while. Maybe he knows them. He was a Cub for a little while. He knows the bets. But bottom line is Cody Bellinger is playing great baseball right now. And hey, Yankee fans, he's getting comfortable. Clark Schmidt, 2 runs, 5 strikeouts, 5 walks. I don't know, Clark Schmidt. That's a guy that I said last year. Sounds like somebody that should be in witness protection, but he pitched game two, and maybe he should have been stuck in witness protection because he definitely did not have a good game. So, Game three was a shit show. Game three was one of those games, like I said to you before. Cody Bellinger hit home runs, 6 RBIs, game over. Yankees take 2 out of 3. Now, there's the Yankee report from a Mets fan. That's what the Yankee fan should be talking about today. Instead, I hear Juan Soto this, Juan Soto that, Juan Soto this. Do Juan Soto's feelings hurt? Does Juan Soto need to go see a therapist? Does Juan Soto sad? Why is Juan Soto not talking to the media? Why does Juan Soto say this? Why does Juan Soto walk like that? Why does Juan Soto sigh? Why does Juan Soto stand when he pees? Why does Juan Soto not sit when he shits? Why does Juan Soto look like he always has something on his mind? When did everybody out there in baseball land or media land become a psychologist, a therapist, whatever you may be? Last night, I don't know about you guys out there. If you're all baseball fans like me, I hate the broadcast on ESPN. I think that it's boring for one. The guys that do it don't know a thing about baseball. And the whole thing when they mic people up and they ask them questions during the game with the balls in play or whatever. Nemo did it last night, but apparently they asked Juan Soto to do it. And right before the game started, Juan Soto said no. Juan Soto said no because he was sick and tired of hearing about the Aaron Judge questions. Because you know what, though? You get Juan Soto on that microphone with two guys up there in that booth that don't know a thing about baseball. Yeah, they're going to ask him the first thing. Hey, is it a little uncomfortable playing with Judge? What do you think about Judge? Juan Soto's there to play baseball. Maybe Juan Soto has this tough facade. Maybe Juan Soto has this confident facade, but maybe Juan Soto just doesn't want to hear all the shit. Juan Soto is a great player. He's making the most money, $700 million. It's a lot of money. That doesn't necessarily mean that he has to be this big personality that talks to everybody, this big personality that has an opinion on everything. His job right now is to get up to bat and hit the baseball, and he's not doing that right now. He's doing it, but he's not doing it on Juan Soto level. I was expecting Juan Soto to come in and be hitting 15 home runs by now and batting 340. Not happening. You know who is kicking ass? Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso, and the rest of the New York Mets. I'm all right with losing 2 out of 3 from the New York Yankees. You know why? Because as a lot of Yankee fans out there think Met fans do, I don't give a shit what happens to the Yankees for the rest of the year. Yankees, you could win every single game for the rest of the year, and it doesn't matter. Congratulations. Cheers to you guys. But you know what, though? I do care about what's going on in my division, in my league. 3 games against the Red Sox, all that's going to do is help the Yankees. So these games don't matter. And I've gone on my tirades before. I've gone on my tirades where I don't give a shit about the American League until the World Series. That's the way it should be. So 2 out of 3, I'm going to say it again. Bravo. And I'm telling you right now, as God is my witness on this podcast, on this show, when the Mets sweep the Yankees in Citi Field next time, there is going to be no bravado from this Met fan. I can tell you that right now because you know why? It's baseball. What matters is October and November. And Yankee fans, look, you've been around for 100 years. Mets have been around since 1962. We're excited when the Mets play well. I got 2 World Series. I've seen one. You beat us in 2000. That's all I got as a Mets fan. As you can see, I'm fully aware that I'm wearing an Islanders shirt too. And I'm a Jets fan. So when my team does well, so when my team wins, goes to the playoffs, wins the World Series, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So are we passionate about our team? Yes. Are we going to fight tooth and nail when somebody puts our team down? Yes. But it's not just going to be just because it's the New York Yankees. It's going to be because it's an adversary that's putting our team down, our fandom, something that we put our stamp on. Knick fans, I'm not a Knick fan by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a Celtics fan. But you know what, though? You motherfuckers showed up the other night. After watching that game the other night, look, I said on my give up. The Knicks kicked the shit out of them. Now, bring that noise, bring that drama, bring that strength, bring that focus, and beat the Indiana Pacers and go and try and win a championship. Because be that as it may, everybody says that Madison Square Garden is the Garden of Eden, the place to play. I don't remember there being an NBA championship there in a really, really long time. And this is your chance. Jalen Brunson, put that team on your back. That pussycat, what's his name? Carl Anthony Towns. Don't like him one bit, but you know what? He might get a championship out of this. If the Knicks continue to play tough basketball and be tough New Yorkers, like New York baseball, New York football, New York baseball, and how we're supposed to be tough New Yorkers, play that game, Knicks, and you're going to be fine. Because as a Celtics fan, I know it's really contradictory for me to say this, but I'll be pulling for you in the back of my head. But Ant Edwards got something to say about that. I don't know if you saw his interview. But anyway, enough on the basketball and back to the Mets and Yankees. Like I said, congratulations to the Yankees. They took 2 out of 3 from the Mets. Now the Mets are on to Boston, and even bigger, they are welcoming in the Dodgers. Now the Dodgers are going to come in for a 3-game over the weekend, and we'll see how that lays out. Now, Juan Soto nonsense. Stop. He's our problem. Instead of saying, let's go Yankees and fuck Soto, worry about the Bronx. You're coming to Citi Field in a couple of weeks. Stop it, Soto shit. You know why? Michael K., I got something to say to you. I know I got my little show here. I know hardly anybody watches this, but you know what, though? Michael K., one, Juan Soto wanted to be a Yankee. It was his family that chose the Mets. Somebody in the know told you that. Stop the bullshit, bro. Stop the bullshit. You got that Michael K. show that you've had on for years, and you got held up by your pants by Dan LaGreca. He carried that show. You are nothing but a shill for the New York Yankees. You are nothing but a guy who thinks you're in the know. You're a guy who thinks you know the Yankees organization. Oh, so just because you say Juan Soto wanted to be a Yankee, everybody's supposed to believe it? And there's one more thing. I still have no idea how you landed that hot wife of yours. What the hell is she seeing you? I don't know, but that's a puzzling thing that I've thought about for years. Well, back to your baseball prowess. You know what, though? You might be a big Yankee fan, and that's all you are. Okay? Dan LaGreca carried your show for years. You suck. And go back to doing what you do best, hide in obscurity and complain. So, Michael K., shut up. That's A, and I had to get it off my chest. So, as far as the Mets Yankee rivalry, don't care. There is no rivalry. You know what's a rivalry? Rivalry is back in the 70s when there's a big fat guy in a belly shirt that said Budweiser on it, drinking a Budweiser, smoking a cigarette with his big bushy mustache, rolling around on the ground with a guy with a Yankee jersey on with slick back hair, gold chains, hair all over his arms, 300 pounds, beating the shit out of each other because Bucky Dent just hit a goddamn home run. That's rivalry. This day and age, you don't know rivalry because toughness is gone from sports. It's fun to talk shit. It's fun to laugh. It's fun to joke. It's fun to say your team sucks. My team's better. Yankees got 27 World Series. Mets got 2. It is what it is. Yankees, you can have it. Mets, we're going to get it. So that's what I'm saying. So rivalry, that's rivalry. Two big fat guys rolling around, dumping beer on each other in the 8th inning of a Yankees and Red Sox game or a Mets and Phillies game or a Jets and Dolphins game, Giants, Dallas game, you pick it. Flyers, Rangers. Back then, those were rivalries. Today, everybody's too nice to have a rivalry. This is the Mostly Sports Talk Show. Big news coming soon. New co-host, new partner, and new look. Thanks for listening to the Mostly Sports Talk Show. I am Rich Murph. I'll see you soon.